Alright guys, here we go, episode 154, after what seems like forever. We are back to the off season. Hopefully it all runs well. We had a crap ton of issues in the coach carousel. EA servers were having some major issues. I mean, I could do the carousel. I would pick my selection, say no, I want to choose yet, so I want to pass my turn essentially. And it would get through all the advancing stage and it would say servers aren't available, and I'm like, well, I'm connected to the server because I'm doing this, but the server's not available, so I don't understand the situation. Call tech support. They were like, all right, do this. Didn't fix it. They're like, okay, well, they know, they're looking into it. So apparently they fixed it because we got through the carousel not much longer after that, probably about a week or so after that, even having the issues. I mean, online straight up busted. I don't know what the deal is. Not 100% on how much longer the Dynasty will roll based off of EA, because if they shut down the servers, we're kind of out of luck. We can't play an online Dynasty when we can't play online. But we'll continue for as long as we can, as far as we can. And on that note, into the recruiting. Everybody, I assume are done. We are to our one-day advance schedule. Nobody says that they are, but nobody says that they aren't either, I guess. They didn't set to ready. As far as I know, everybody stayed where they were. I know Mark wanted to switch schools. He had told me he wanted to switch schools, but he was kind of my test subject during my call with the support, where I needed a team to I needed to make a decision, and I could either force him to stay or force him to take another job, which was to Michigan, which is essentially the same job he's got, same conference. So I forced him to stay. He, like I said, he would have rather switched schools. He wanted me to make him switch schools to a weaker school so he could build it up, but I couldn't do that. So everybody else, I'm pretty sure, stay the same. Looking at my recruiting at the very least, and then we'll come back after the fact to see where everybody else was sitting. We ended up going with, I have one scholarship available. I'm pretty locked up. I don't know. I have, my board's got 30, 33. These are the two guys I'm going after. Everybody else is just kind of extra, but I mean, look at these guys I got. I got a quarterback that's 76. I got a quarterback that's an 82. I got two quarterbacks that I don't even need. Got a couple of really good athletes, defensive end or tackle, tight end. I got a really good recruiting class, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to roll going into next season. But we're going to advance it real quick, see where everybody ended up recruiting wise, see everybody's draft class and all that. So we're going to advance it, and I'll be right back to show you all that stuff. Alright, just got done with the advance. Everybody says they're ready because they don't have anything to do. It's just signing day. I'm going to run through this pretty quick and show what everybody got. I ended up not getting the halfback. I think I got the corner, but it ended up working out alright. Let's see where everybody went. Yeah, that guy didn't even go. Virginia Tech, who it was me and Iowa State were way up on everybody, and he wanted to go to Virginia Tech. That's cool, dude. That's fine. No skin off my back. But I ended up getting this corner. They said it's a corner. He's got some pretty decent. Yeah, I know you already committed. He's got some pretty decent stats, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I'll probably put him at linebacker, to be honest with you. He's not quite fast enough, and his coverage isn't quite good enough to be a corner, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to move him around. So let's see top classes, see where everybody's sitting at. Texas A&M ends up winning it, taking the cake. 22 recruits, 2 5-star, 10 4-star. Let's see what he got. Free safety, tackle, quarterback, wide receiver. Got a pretty good haul right there. A lot of offensive help and a lot of middle defensive help for his defense. Nebraska ended up getting a pretty good haul too. A lot of athletes and a lot of receivers. So he's going to throw the ball apparently. 6'5". Golly, he's got a 6'5" receiver right there. It's going to be huge. Penn State ended up taking the 8th slot. Even though he wanted to switch schools, he's got a lot of offensive help also. He's looking fairly good, even though he's potentially going to switch schools next year or this year. I mean, he's even contemplating dropping out and rejoining, but he doesn't want to lose his coach XP or be able to earn it because he's got the most in the dynasty. So don't blame him. Oklahoma State increased their secondary a little bit. I mean, free safety, outside linebacker, corner, defensive tackle. I mean, a lot of defensive players and some offense down there. Not too bad. Our list, we got a couple of athletes, and a lot of offensive help, which was what we needed. Picked up a couple of corners to fill in some slots that were missing. But other than that, not really a whole lot. Missouri, a couple of athletes dominating this draft class. Wow. It's recruiting class. I keep thinking of NFL, man. NFL. The season's about to start. Same thing with NCAA. Football's about to start back up. So looking forward to that. It's gonna be very entertaining, especially now that I'm in Austin. I can go see a UT game, man. Myself and the Italian both live relatively close to each other again, so maybe we can go watch UT game. I think it'd be pretty cool. See a real life football game. I've seen UT college baseball game. That was a birthday present for me from my girlfriend at the time, so it was very, very helpful. I got to experience that, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool seeing how they reacted. My big thing when I go watch baseball games anyways is seeing how the fans react to a foul ball, especially in my general area. Because I always tell my girlfriend, like, if I don't move, don't worry about it. Like, if I move, then okay, be on guard. But if I'm not moving, don't worry about it. Because I got this weird situation where I'm there to watch the game. I don't want to go shopping. I don't want to go looking around. No, I'm there to watch them play. I want to see the baseball game. So I'm watching at all times. That's just my mentality, I guess. It's just how I roll. So that's what I do. So if I move, then you need to move, and I will protect you at all costs. I'll take my glove to every game. I've been to numerous Ranger games. That's what myself and my girlfriend do for our anniversary. We go to a Ranger game, hang out the best we can to the anniversary date, which is really cool. I think it gives us something to bond over, even though she's not a big sports fanatic by any means. She still enjoys it enough to go with me. She'll suffer to see me happy, I guess, which I very much appreciate. And let's see, TCU. Off my tangent, back to the game. Everybody looking at that quarterback position, and a couple of the quarterback and cornerback, so secondary and the go-to position under center are the big go-to items. NC State got a couple of good guys, and I would assume a lot of these people that have the 1 stars, I don't know for sure. The computer picked them up because I know I didn't go after any. I don't think I went after any 2 stars, maybe a couple, but I tend not to do that. You can get some good JUCOs doing that. I'm not gonna lie there, but typically not what I'm going after. I want the top of the line blue chip players, but sometimes you can't get them. There's no way around it. And anybody else? No, that's it. That's all. That's everybody. Recruiting done. We are done with this part. The next part will show the player progressions. So I think we have position changes next, player progressions, then cut players. So we'll come back with the player progression, see where everybody upgraded as a team and where they're sitting, and looking forward to that. But that's going to be the next part. So we're going to cut it right here, be back for player progressions. All right, let's get done with position changes. On to training results. I'm going to show it for everybody, just in case somebody wasn't able to hop online to see what it was. I'm just going to run through it all real quick. I'll probably have it fast forward a little bit to see what everything is going. I'm not going to go by position, just because that would take a very long time, but I will just go through overall as a team, just kind of slowly do it for the most part, but kind of like do 4 or 5 at a time as much as I can. I know the Italian wasn't able to do his position changes. He was busy, wasn't able to get online, so I had to skip past him, which is which is, if you think about it, that is in all actuality me not showing favoritism to anybody. He was busy tonight. He couldn't hop on. He was busy all day. Couldn't do it, which is unfortunate. Whereas I could did it last night after I advanced and took care of it, and did a little bit earlier before the advance, just to double check everything. But it kind of sucks because you go through and you want to make sure you get your moves. I know he does that. Like, he's real meticulous about it. He's real. He knows what he wants to do. He knows where to move people. He'll spend like an hour or 2 moving people around, which to me is like insane. I was going through it real quick, like 10-15 minutes, and I'm done. And he's like, no, not his style, not his way of thinking. So not being able to do that could potentially spell bad things for him this year. I don't know. Potentially other people in the Dynasty. I think only 3 or 4 people were actually set, ready to roll. I had 2 people that said they wanted to be online to check it. This is actually, I was a little late advancing just because I was rendering something on the computer, so I didn't advance until about 15 after the usual advance time, which in the out season's 10 o'clock, regular season's 11. But about 15 after, and it is currently 11:30 right now. we are way late, but like I said, I was rendering something out on the computer, so I had to wait for that to finish, and then I restarted it, so I had a fresh restart for the recording. So it's just been like a long afternoon for me. Typically I'd already be done with it and ready for bed or in bed, or playing video games, whichever. But it is what it is, especially since right now the freaking House of Wolves just came out for Destiny, and I'm interested to play that, but I'm like focused on other games, trying to keep this rolling and on time, as well as like being obsessed with other games. Like I know the Dungeon of the Endless and Binding of Isaac aren't necessarily the go-to items by any means, but to me they're extremely fun. They're a blast, and I love playing them. It's something different, something cool, and you never get the same thing twice. I mean, you might get kind of the same thing, but it's really an entertaining game, at least for me to play it. So that's why my non-recording play session is like way further ahead of my recording play session, which is kind of funny. And on that note, we're more than likely done with the fast forwarding. If not, then we'll be silence, or I'll put some filler in or something, but I would assume we're done. So we're gonna advance it. So if we're done, we're moving on. That's gonna be, I mean, for this part, we'll be back with the off season right before week 1. Man, it'll show the schedules for everybody, where everybody's ranked and all that jazz, and we're ready to get the season rolling. Hopefully the servers keep up and allow us to continue to play, and make sure that happens for a good while. I had a guy ask me on Twitter how long I felt that the servers would keep rolling, and I'd say I'm hoping 2 to 3 years. I really am, especially this being the last game in the franchise from EA. It could be nice, or it would be nice if they would keep it rolling, but it seems cost prohibitive for them to keep an outdated game rolling, even though it is still widely played. But you never know. I mean, from a business standpoint, I understand it. From a customer standpoint, I also understand it, because I like to play the game. It's a fun game, especially to keep everybody involved. It makes it fun, it makes it interesting, and it's engaging. So hopefully they don't do it, but it will happen eventually. But rolling through the last of it, real quick. I forgot how far I skipped down. We are done with this part. Moving on. Like I said, hopefully everything rolls good from here on out. We can get back on our normal schedule when the season starts. May not be able to do that. It just depends. Like I said, I've got a lot of stuff going on in my life, so if I can, that's cool. If I can't, that's all right too. But that's it for the training results. We're going to advance it to the next stage. We'll come back when we're in the off season and ready to go to week 1. So be right back. All right, we are in the preseason 2017. Finally getting the season underway, looking pretty good. I got my recruiting board set up, redshirt players set up. I think everybody's done. Brian Gator's ready to roll, man. Mark's the only one Mark and Mr. Got Game, both not ready, but I'm pretty sure they did it. They seem to be really active in the Dynasty, so I think Missouri's ready to roll, man. We've been waiting way too long, and it's perfect timing. I mean, school's almost out, so summer's gonna be a good time for everybody to play. So hopefully we can keep things rolling. Checking out the custom schedules, because it's what we do. Look at loading up all the games. Some people have 4 games, some people have 3 games. I only have 3 games because I can't adjust overly too much other than that. But I'm playing Merck and NC State. Both these guys have beat me in the past. Merck can dominate me no problem, and he's going to be my first game of the year. So I got 3 out of my first 4 games are against users. That's going to be rough. And Kansas, he's one of the newer guys. Needed to fit him into another game, so I took the bullet and sacrificed myself for that. So that's my schedule. Iowa looking all right. Now, some people sent over requests of who they wanted to play, so I try to make that happen as much as possible. And I try to give everybody legit games, like on their off weeks. So if it's not a user, it's a legit game. And gave everybody at least 3 games. Everybody plays at least 3. Some people play 4. Some people I couldn't really adjust. Like Kansas, I couldn't really do anything about it because I needed to fit 3 user games in. Missouri wanted to play him, which is cool. I needed another game, so I kind of had to force him to 4 games. And I know it's kind of crappy, but I can't really do anything about it. Somebody's got to have 4 games. and we need to make that happen. And some people like the freaking Big 12 got a lot of people in it now. Mid Tennessee State got a couple people in there. I think he's only got 2 user games. I may need to change that. Nah, I'll just leave that. I think he was going to play a 4th, but I had to move somebody else out. Is anybody open here? No, nobody's open there anyway. So Packers Rogers will take the bite. Well, actually, when I'm gonna do this live, see what kind of back and forth I go for. I play Kansas week 5, so I have week 5 and week 6 open. Packers Rogers has week 6 open, so I could play him there. All right, so what I need to do for me, like I said, is like a huge back and forth. I'm gonna change that to open, so I got open game there. Come back to Packers Rogers, but week 6 against Arizona State. Really? There we go, Arizona State. So there's his 3 user games. I got my 3 user games. Nobody's got to play an extra 4. Make sure he's got his set up to the right number of games. Make sure I'm set up to the right number of games. So, I mean, these 3 guys have been in the Dynasty a long time. I know Merck is the one right below. I'm pretty sure he's right behind the Italian. And then Packers Rogers not far behind him, if not above him. So that's where everybody's sitting. So just to double check everybody, Iowa, everybody so far. Kansas no longer plays me. So he's just got 3 user games for him, so I need to add him another game. Let's give him one up here closer to the top. I could give him another user game, but I'm not gonna. Give him kind of, I like to try to keep them regional if possible, so if it's in the same area, that makes sense to me. But if not, can't really do anything about that. Kansas Ohio State could be pretty good, but for the first game of the year, that's gonna be a doozy. That's gonna be rough. I'm gonna give him Washington. I mean, why not? That'll up his schedule a lot and give him a tough non-user game to potentially move him up in the top 25. So we'll do that instead. And then just to double check, I'm pretty sure it's right, but yeah, just double check. Everybody's got their set number of games. Mid Tennessee State now plays me, so there's an update right there. He plays Mr. Got Game, so Nebraska and TCU and myself. That's his 3 users. We haven't played each other in a while, I don't think. Missouri, he's got 4 user games. He wanted to play Kansas, Iowa, Washington State, myself, and the Italian if possible. So I did what I could. I did what I could, but that's the best I could make happen. NC State, here's myself, the Italian. The back and forth they had last year, they had agreed to a 2-year deal. So last year was at NC State. This year it's at Oklahoma State. So they're playing each other. It was a crazy game last year, man. You need to go watch the Italian's video. It's called Twitter War. It's interesting, man. I was there whenever he recorded that. It probably could have been handled a little different, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I know he didn't quite expect it, but I mean, I knew it was coming up. I thought it was pretty funny. So that's the way I look at it. Oklahoma State's only got 3 user games this year. I think last year he ended up with 5 because TCU and Kansas joined in. Merck's playing Texas A&M start the season new number 1 because I needed to give him another game. He's playing myself in Mr. Got Game, and like Mr. Got Game's in conference, so I couldn't do anything about that. But I had to give him some other games. And TCU looking pretty good. I gave him a tech team, Mid Tennessee State. He plays the Italian in Kansas also, so it kind of limits people being in the same conference. Kind of limits who's playing who. But I did what I could. Texas A&M also has 4 user games, so he's going to have a rough road ahead. And then Washington State's got Missouri, Indiana go for Duncanstein. If it makes it to the conference championship, hopefully I make it as well. We can play each other. But that's the schedules. That is where it's at. We're going to save that and be ready to roll. And that's it. We are ready to start this season. Get it going finally. I know all the guys are excited and ready to play. It's been like constant, like, hey, what's going on? Are we past the? Can we just skip past the coach carousel? It was intense, but we finally got past it. We're ready to roll. Gonna start the season, and we're gonna be into week 1. So I'm gonna advance it, and we'll be right back. I just got done with the advance. We are in the preseason update. Week 1 officially is here. It is about time. I have a bye week this week, so no gameplay from me, but we're gonna have an update video in a couple of days. Hopefully we keep it going on our 3/4 day advance schedule, if at all possible. Like I said before in previous videos, I got a lot of stuff going on for me, so if I can't be here a weekend, that's gonna have to suffer. I mean, it's a pretty big deal. I might explain it a little bit later, but currently it's still up in, well, it's not up in the air, it's kind of set, but I just don't want to expose it yet, if that makes any sense. But So if for some reason something's delayed, it'll more than likely be on me, just because this other thing will take priority over everything else. So just an update there. But looking at everybody, bye week, Penn State's playing Texas A&M, number 1 versus number 3. See how the season starts out. It's gonna be good. Bye week. Nebraska plays Northern Illinois. Washington State's got a bye week. Texas A&M plays Penn State. Mid Tennessee State's playing BYU, and Oklahoma State's got a bye week. So a lot of bye weeks this week. Hopefully we can keep things rolling. Let's look and see where everybody is rated in the top of the season. We got 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, 12. That's not too bad. 11, 12, 16. So wait, what was that? 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11, 12, 16, 23. So 9 of the 12 people are in the top 25. Holy crap. That's pretty nice. TCU, who joined late, so it's understandable. Mid Tennessee State. And then one more. Who is it? Is it Kansas? I think it's Kansas. We'll get there. Uh-oh. That's not looking good, man. Come on, Kansas. Wow. Kansas, you can move up, dude. I believe in you. We need you in the top 50. We can keep our seasons being in the top 50. We'll be set pretty good. I mean, that's what it was last year. Everybody was rated really good. It was nice. Let's see what the conference outlook is. For all the conferences, I am rated number 1 on my side. On the north side, Oregon's got it taken up. I think Washington State could take it, though. I think he could do it. I'm picked to win the Pac-12, UCLA. I'm going to say Washington State. SEC over there, it's Texas A&M. I'm assuming taking the West. Missouri, number 2 in the East. I think he's got that also. He ended up pulling out last year. Sun Belt, nobody's over there. ACC, NC State, of course. No other users in that conference, so he's got that pretty much locked up. As long as he plays and wins his games, he's good. American. It's like we don't have anybody American, do we? No, we used to. Pac-12, Big 12, Oklahoma State's got it locked up. He's got a couple of users in his way in conference, so going to be interesting to see how he does. He did pretty good last year, pulled it out, made the national championship, and won it. So good luck for him. Hopefully he can repeat. But he's got, like I said, got to get past some users, man. Everybody's got user games. Big 10, Penn State, Northwestern, Nebraska, Iowa. I built up that Northwestern team. Look at that. 95, 99, 90 overall, and I left those guys. And then I made the national championship the very next year. So Penn State's picked up to win it. On the other side, it's Nebraska, Iowa. They'll beat the computer. I would assume Conference USA, Marshall, Mid Tennessee State. Yeah, they'll beat Marshall. He'll do all right over there. He's got Conference USA locked up. Independence, Notre Dame's still doing pretty good. Nobody in the MAC. I'm fairly positive. Like I said, we've had people in every conference, so trying to remember who's where now is very rough. And that's everybody. So looking pretty good overall. Ready to get the season rolling. Ready to get my first game on the way, even though I'm pretty sure my first game is against Merck. So Penn State gonna be a rough game to get the bearings of what my team's like. But as of right now, we are into another season. I think this is season 5 with the reset. So 2017, we're ready to roll. That's gonna be it for this episode. Welcome back, guys. I'm glad to be back. I know the guys are glad to be back. It's gonna be a blast, and we'll see you guys next time.